Hello, heartbeats. It's your resident aunt, cousin, sister, neighbor, friend, Tanti, whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you need. Anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. Not naturally, because I'm getting over COVID, so singing is still like, ugh. But anyway, for anyone who's wondering, this is like the 5th time I have had to record this. So, we're just going to plow right through. So, this video today is for you. I'm going to look you in the eye. This is for you. If you are an independent artist, or if you are a friend or family member of an independent artist, this video is for you. Yeah, I got serious on you. Tanti's going to get serious on you. So, we're going to talk about things that your independent artist, family member, or friend wants to tell you, but probably doesn't feel comfortable telling you, and things that you need to tell your family members and or friends if you're an independent artist. So we're going to talk about that. Also, I'm wearing a Tanti shirt. Heartbeat Life. Yay. That wasn't on purpose. So it wasn't intentional. Also, I'm not wearing makeup. My hair's not done. But it's okay because I just got over COVID. So we out here. So, as I said in one of my previous videos, one of the biggest challenges of being an independent artist, especially in this music industry as it is having to create a fan base yourself. If you're not familiar with social media, or you're not the most social media savvy, or maybe you're even antisocial when it comes to your music, you just want to do the music, you don't want to interact with people, or you don't want to, I guess, put yourself out there, you're more about your music, which is totally fine. I totally get that. It's really hard to build a fan base. And so I've decided to, again, start an artist journey of what it's been like for me getting to where I want to be in the recording industry as an independent artist, to help other artists, to let them know that you're not alone, and to also let other people who aren't in the music industry know how hard it is to not be one of those people who has a recording deal, or wanted to be one of those people who, for lack of a better word, doesn't have the financial means to be able to live the kind of lifestyle that independent artists have to live. So, here we go. So the first thing is that having a day job does not mean I'm not an artist. It does not mean I'm not a recording artist. It doesn't mean that I'm not a musician. It doesn't mean I'm not a singer. It means that I have to pay my bills. And this seems like it's self-explanatory, but it's actually not, because a lot of the time, people consider music or the arts to be a hobby. And when you're an independent artist, as I said, you have to essentially fund your own journey. And so a lot of people assume that because you have a 9-to-5 job, or a job that you do during the day, that makes you any less of an artist, or it means that you have, all this time to be, you need to be focusing on this job. You need to be worried about that. I do have, people who have said to me, oh, why don't you just do teaching and let that be your thing instead of doing music? No, I'm still an artist. I'm still a musician. I do that so that I can pay for my musicianship, so I can pay to be an artist. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hack it, and even still, I can't really do it. It's really expensive. But yeah, just because I have a job that I have to put food on the table or to pay for my artistry doesn't mean that I'm not an independent artist. So let's stop suggesting that people who are working as independent artists aren't still doing their music or their art or whatever they do in terms of their creative outlet. So let's stop saying that. And please let your family and friends know I'm still an artist. I just need to obviously make money. And it's not always self-explanatory. Hello, my loves. This is Editing Tanti. I'm coming back to say that I do try really hard not to offend people, like in general, as a life rule, obviously. I mean, everybody should be like that, but that's not the point. But I wanted to make it clear that I have had a lot of financial support, like a lot. I did a GoFundMe when I was trying to do an artist development retreat in Nashville, and a lot of people supported me. I was very grateful for that. There are people who support me. I don't want to make it seem like they don't, financially support me. My father also does a lot. My sisters, my aunts, my best friends all support me a lot financially. So as you're watching this video, I just want to make that clear that I do get financial support, but there's also only so much that they can do, and I can't not work. You know what I mean? So obviously, that's why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, back to the video. Okay, I took my hair done, but don't get excited. It's not because I was doing it for y'all. It's because I was getting a headache. By the way, I still look rough, so it is what it is. So the next thing that your artist, independent artist, family or friend, slash what you should tell your family and friends, is that just because you're close to me doesn't mean that the only thing that I need from you is criticism. Because I think it's interesting. I used to watch, what was that? My cat decided to knock something over. But anyway, I used to watch American Idol with my mom, and I would always, when there was someone who wasn't what I would consider to be a good singer, at least at that age, someone who I thought probably shouldn't be on a singing show, they would be so confident, and they would, really, you're gonna eat now? My cat decided to eat right now. I would always ask my mom, or say to myself, was there no one in this person's life that told them, that they probably shouldn't be a singer? And that sounds harsh, but nowadays I feel like because of this cycle of singing shows that allows the audience to have a criticism, a lot of people think that they're music critics. This is like no offense to people who, you don't need a music degree, obviously, or some type of art degree in order to critique art. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's kind of like a compliment sandwich. You have something that you want to encourage someone about, and then an area of opportunity or something that they could fix, and then another compliment. Goes a really long way, especially when you're an artist, especially when you're a singer, because when I was in school, quite a few of my teachers were like helping me understand that as a singer, specifically, your instrument is who you are. So a lot of the times when people are critiquing who you are, or you're singing, it feels like they're critiquing you as a person. And of course, that's not necessarily true. But a lot of the times I feel like family and friends want to push you so much. It's like when you have someone who's close to you be your driving instructor, they suggest that you don't do that because, they care about you, they worry about you. So they're going to be maybe harsher. So just remember that criticism is helpful if it's helpful. If it's not just dumping on something, like let's not shit on people's work, they work really hard on this. But it's also important to give positives, encouragements. I really liked when you did this. Oh, you did this in your last project. Maybe you could incorporate that somehow into this, along with, this wasn't really jiving for me. I don't think that a lot of people would. And it's also hard too because in art, it's really subjective. Is that right? Subjective? Objective? I never get objective and subjective right. I apologize. I've literally always been like, what's the difference? Which one's which? Anyway, with art, it's very specific to everybody's tastes. So for one of my best friends loves this song. Another best friend or my sister is like, it's mediocre. It's not your best. These are the things that I didn't like. So again, let's just take everything with a grain of salt as artists. That's very true. We can't be uber sensitive, but it's also important to understand that people need compliments just as much as they need criticisms. So it's important to think about those things. So another thing that your artist, family member, or friend, / you need to tell people is that I cannot get to the place that I think that I need to be and you think I need to be if you're not sharing my stuff. So I'm not going to go on a rant. I'm not going to get on my soapbox. You can already tell my voice got a little petty, but it's very frustrating as an artist to continuously be promoting your own stuff, doing everything you can think of, at least, because when you're an independent artist, it's not like you have a whole team of marketing people who are shoving your stuff out there. It's not like you have a whole bank full of money to be able to, do all the marketing. Hey y'all, I just wanted to stop right here to say obviously there's more than one type of independent artist. I did want to specify that. I'm talking about individuals who don't have the financial means because that's where I'm at. I don't have a lot of money to spend towards marketing or sometimes even recording or mixing and mastering my music. Or doing things that I need to do for my career. So I'm talking about that because that's what place I'm in. But obviously, some artists do have money. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, I'm not the only type of independent artist. I once spent, I think it was like $300 on a Google ad, and I think it was for YouTube actually. $300 on a Google ad, I think, or maybe $200, but like over $100, and I literally was like crying because it was so emotional for me to have to spend that much money to promote something, and then none of it really come to fruition anyway. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of views, which was great. Didn't turn into followers, didn't turn into subscribers, didn't turn into likes. A lot of people like to just observe, when it comes to the arts or it comes to the internet in general. And that's what sucks about being an independent artist and having to create your career over the internet, because a lot of people observe unless they feel like motivated. And one argument you can use is, oh, well, maybe your stuff isn't good enough for people to get their attention. Stop. I'm going to stop you right there, because first of all, I already believe that, and this might be a little bit hypocritical from my previous statement, but just roll with me. We'll get there together. Is that if someone's sharing their art with you, unless it's like, because I've had experiences where I've been somewhere and someone didn't sound the best, you know what I mean? Didn't sound like, to me personally, like they weren't blowing me away with their talents, but supporting people is so important. And I still try to do that even if I feel like someone isn't like really, really, really talented. I'll still try to support, because I'm not going to tell anybody that they shouldn't do the arts. I'm not saying that you shouldn't sing. Along with my earlier point, maybe you should be on a singing show, you know what I mean? Like a competition, like that way, that's something that you have to win. But should you stop singing? No. So, as family and friends, we need to support. And hold on, I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw a diagram. I'll be right back. Give me a second. So I'm just going to apologize in advance because someone told me about this concept and I'm really bad about remembering who told me what. So shout out to whoever told me about this concept. It might have been my mentor. It might have been someone that I had a consultation with about artist development. It might have been any number of the people who I've talked to in the music industry. So I apologize. But shout out to you for giving me this concept. And I'm going to talk about it now. Okay. So if you all can see this, this is Tanti. Yeah, wait. Yeah, this is little Tanti. Yay, hi, it's me, hi. And then this is my circle of friends. Yes, this is my inner circle, my inner sanctum of friends. Then this is my friends and family's friends and family. Then the circles increase as we go out to, like, degrees of separation. Yeah. So as an artist, I'm trying to get from here. Oh my God, this is so bad. I'm trying to get from here. I'm already here, trying to get out here to here and further. Okay? It's like independent artists are layers, like ogres. So we're trying to get to a place where we're not just being supported by our friends and family, but in order for that to happen, our friends and family still have to support us and share our art. Does that make sense? I'm not going to talk about this much longer because, again, it'll start to turn into a rant, but you have to share the things that your family and listen to them, because I wrote a book when I was 14 and my dad still hasn't read it. Wow, that was like a therapy session for half a second. But it's very important to do that because, you can't say that you're supporting someone if you're not actually supporting someone. Oh, I love you, baby. You go ahead and do your singing thing. You go ahead and do your art thing. You go ahead and do that business thing and then never buy any of their business. Shout out to the people who bought Tanti merch. Hello. Anyway, support your artists and tell people to support you. And I feel like I do. And I'll get to the next point in a second. But, support. I'm sorry. It's very important. And it's not self-explanatory because a lot of people Don't do it. It's true. Okay, editing Tonti again. This video is already way longer than I wanted it to be. It is what it is. But I wanted to hop on and say that with regards to sharing stuff, like videos and songs and stuff like that, it's not to say that my family and friends don't do that. And it's not to say that it's my family and friends' sole responsibility to do that. It's just, I guess, a plug and a genuine ask for people to not just bypass the things that their family and friends do as artists. Because if you say, oh, you should be on American Idol, or you should be doing this, or, your work should be in the, Museum of Modern Art, but you're not sharing it or telling people about it or showing it to people, how do you expect me to get into the Museum of Modern Art? How do you expect me to win a Grammy? Or, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So along with that is, and this is specifically for my artists, you need to support other artists, but do not allow yourself to be taken advantage of and manipulated by other artists. Because, how do I say this politely? I feel like I've always been the type of person that goes above and beyond and out of my way for the people in my life. And yet I feel like that reciprocation isn't always equal. And so you have to be very careful as a person who's pouring out your heart and soul into a project, like a painting or a song or a crocheted scarf. You know what I mean? Pouring out your feelings and your emotions into this project and this work and this art, only for it to be not reciprocated by other artists, your family members. So to sum up what you need to tell your family and friends, or what your family and friends should know, is that it takes a lot out of me to support everyone else in my family and friend circle, and to not have that reciprocated is very heartbreaking. And I think that it doesn't have to be to the same level, because if I know this, I'm bad about this, I'll go to 200% and then expect 200%. Well, I used to. I'm not like that anymore, luckily. I'll give 200%, and all I expect is 50. Like, show me that you care at all. That you noticed, that I noticed you. Anyway, this is kind of a piggyback to the other point, honestly. So it's not even really its own separate point, but like, support is so important in this industry. So I try to support female artists, I try to support queer artists, I try to support artists of color. I try to support artists that aren't in the demographics that I'm in. And I think that it's important for us to do the same. So, yeah. I turned this into a rant. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Yeah, support artists and support other artists, not just yourself, but support your family and friend artists specifically. Yeah. After some self-reflection, I've decided to end the video here, because a lot of my points, any further points I would make, would just be repetitions of the previous points. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not going to do all that. So yeah, those are some things that your independent artist, family, or friend wants you to know, slash things that we should be telling our family and friends as independent artists. I want anyone who's watching this video to know I'm super here for you. Like, it's freaking tough to be a singer, an artist, a cat who's eating during his mother's video again. It's really tough to share your art with people and try to make money off of that and try to make a career off of that when everyone is doing it. So, we in this together. I just watched High School Musical tonight and last night, but I won't sing it. But if you know, you know. But yeah, so that's all I have for today. If you liked this, or you want to know more, or you have anything else you want to share with me, what are some things that you want your fellow artists to know, or your fellow family members and friends? What are some things that you'd like to know from your independent artist family and friends? Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, support. And yeah. Oh, by the way, plug. I have some new music coming out. I just released a song called Yours. It's on all major music platforms now under Tonty, Tonty. That's Yours. And then I have new music coming out. And if you want to know more, you can go to my website, tontymusic.com. You can check me out on all my socials. I'm Tonty Heartbeat on everything. And I will see you next time. But until then, I love you, I need you, and I'm here for you. Bye.